it's going to hit 5 figures, maybe 20,000. And it was a 30-day hustle. The point of contact emailed me. When I opened that email, it said, "Congratulations, Sasha Lane LLC has been awarded Shepherd Air Force Base government contract." So it's awarded for 6 months with a rollover for 1 year. I was working on everything. Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
We have a special guest today, Sasha, who won a contract regarding hair. So I'm going to have her talk all about this because I know that you all are as curious as I am about this award. So welcome, Sasha, to the channel.
Well, thank you for having me.
How did you get started in government contracting?
It's been a lot. So I just want to say thank you for having me. Military has been part of my background. Grandparents, my father, cousins, nieces, nephews, uncles, and then my ex-husband. So it's been a long journey, 20 plus years. Since then, I've been government contracting employee and the GSI for the last 12 years. And I got all my notes here, so thank you. Been healthcare, my degree's in business with the concentration of operations and healthcare admin. Of course, I jumped in military as a contractor, transferred over, got my military spouse preference, and then went GS, and then the military field for 12 years now.
So it's amazing. So during this journey in your life, you came across contractors, you were aware of contractors?
I was a contractor and employee. So yeah, I've been with multiple contractors. Just to back it up a little bit, I am from Alaska. So I did see your interview with another GovCon winner. Yes. So my original employee contractor position was with Alaska Native Corporation. So I've been part of 3 Alaska Native corporations, the government contracting side. Then I switched GS and went medical admin, nurse case management with the Wounded Warriors. I had 32 soldiers. They came home from launch stool injured. Then I switched to Camo, the appointment line, all the beneficiaries, did all their appointments. Switched over from there, went to benefits and eligibility. So I did DEERS, and then I switched back over to contracting side. And then I was in contracting full-time contractor employee just up until December last year.
So what changed? What made you say, you know what, I'm going to get on a hair contract?
Well, I finally got the pink slip. That's part of the government contracting industry where it's the 3 to 5 years. So that contractor was shifting the contract and they didn't win their bid. So of course, when new contractors come in, either they bring their own employees or they pull you on board. So first time in 12 years, I took my pink slip, I took my severance, and it allowed me to have a break. Back it up on the business side, I learned about government contracting in 2018 from my SCORE mentor. So I did the SCORE local mentorship program. I went and attended an 8A seminar. At that time, it was for the Border Patrol where they had the boys camps and they were looking for barbers at that time. But once I learned more, I was like, I don't want to be attached to somebody for 8 years. So I walked away and left it alone. I'm a licensed esthetician as well. So that's how I got in the industry. Been partnership with several barber shops. I was a partnership in one barber shop where our names were together. And from there, I was just like, what am I going to do? So then I branched out, had my own studio salon for esthetician. Did that for about 2 years, took a break. And when this one showed up, I was like, do I want to get back in the game? I don't know. Do I want to? And then, of course, since I was a barbershop owner, I work a short fade, and I was like, let me go for it. And that's how we're here.
Wow. I love it because you've gone on this journey and you didn't say, no, I'm never going to do it. It was just the right opportunity to present itself. So talk to us about this because I know at one point in time it might have been on TikTok, there was something floating around about a barber win. And I know that the Bureaus of Prison, that they hire licensed cosmetologists to teach. And I also learned from Jonathan, aka Lulu on TikTok, that he had once procured, I think, a vending machine that had hair in it. So I would love to learn more, as I know everyone watching too. What have you been on? What are you providing? Break this down to us.
So yeah, I saw it pop up. Well, actually, I came across you. So bless for you. Thank you.
Oh.
Scrolling on TikTok and scrolling, Instagram and YouTube, and it was the curls, then it was the pop culture, then it was the weight loss journey, and I was like, we got so much in common. Let me see what she's got going on. And the first video, like I went back all the way till October, like 6 months back of videos. And it was how to get started in government contracting. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's time for me to do something again. So I watched a bunch of videos and then I jumped right back in SAM. I already had SAM, but it was way old. Back then it was Dunn's number. That was it. So I jumped back in SAM and I joined your group February 9th. Bear with me, I got notes. Joined the group February 9th. Got my UEI February 14th. My cage code got locked up because I had a virtual office. So I sent 7-8 emails back and forth, calling DHLA and just trying to figure it out. Had to get the names and stuff matched, had to get the address matched. So that was like, in between that, I was working, learning and working, putting stuff together, working, looking at contracts. And I did 3 bid speed seminars. That was the first week of March. I didn't get my cage code until March 21st. So it took 36 days. And in that time, I was just working, learning, watching, working, learning, watching. So then going back to, I just broke it down. I've been in business on the personal side for 12 years. So that business was just like, okay, let's start getting things in place. Got your email for the template and then just broke those down, started creating my government contract templates, my subcontractor templates. Again, just taking my previous history, past performance, of when I had my shop. And the same way how I ran it, I was like, well, I'm going to do it this way. In between all of that, I had posted 13 times in the group. I had answered over 97 questions. And then I had ended up getting 32 personal DM messages, all from February when I joined up until now. So I totally understand your level of service because it wasn't until I started breaking these numbers down and I was like, that's a lot. On top of putting my business plan together. It made a lot of cool connections in the group. There's a lot of amazing people in there. Some, like you say, are just like outlandish. Like, where are you getting this from? In a few of those messages, it's just like, hey, can you help me? And I'm like, no, there's no rapport. Like, who are you? So I totally understand your struggle. And like with all of us that you help, because I think we're up to like 15,000 now in the group. Wow. So I totally, like I said, appreciate you. And then when I found the contract, I was like, well, I saw it, but then I was so kind of bummed about my cage code because I'm like, this is going to close. I'm not going to get my cage code. And then I was like, So I had always thought, well, let me start asking questions to the POCs, point of contacts, because maybe they'll postpone it. Everything I had researched, they had to post the questions and then extend it. So I was like, well, shoot, just let me start asking questions. So that's what I did. We had that report going on. I saw the contract floating around in the group, saved it, left it alone. Point of contact got back to me and I was like, Lord, this is it. Like, if I don't need a sign, this is it. So I dug everything back out and I was like, I'm going to go for it. Got kind of caught up in, well, what do I send them? Because it was only SF 1449, which I don't mind sharing with you guys.
Ooh. Wow, I love it.
So, of course, redacted everything, but this was everything I submitted. I took the statement of work, what they were asking. I'm kind of extra, so I added to it. Take it back to the beginning. I even broke everything down and made a binder. Only because I'm grading, but every question, when I went back and saw those 97 questions that I answered, I was also taking those questions and applying it to myself because there was a lot that I didn't know. So it's like, oh, what's a FAR? And I'm like, shoot, let me go look. I know what's federal acquisition. And then it was like, what's this? What's that? So I was still learning from the group, putting everything together, the sole source, the bid, the solicitations, the, AFIs and the SF forms. And so I was learning from the group as well. And I just started putting everything together and I just dug this back out and I was like, it's go time. So we're sis, right? I could call you sis.
What are you?
We're good.
For?
So I was like so locked in with you as my virtual mentor. I haven't had one for a long time, but so I was like so locked in. I was like falling asleep with YouTube. My son would come in and turn off my light, kind of shake me, like pick everything about the bed. I was like so locked in. I ate, slept, breathed, podcast, the YouTube. One was playing on the TV, one was playing on my phone, and then I was working on this. Like I was locked in for like this 30 something days. And one night I saw Coach Jay, and he was the one who shared the Caribbean. Yeah. He was the one that said his first contract that he won was for the barbershop services in the FBOP. And then he said his profit was $35. I was like, $35. Like, this is a lot of work. But I have been in the military community for so long, it really wasn't about the income. I knew I was going to make money because, like you said, the government always pays. So I knew I was going to make money. And then I was like, at this point, it doesn't matter how much I make. I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert in my field. I just need to get in. I need to take all this and bid. So that's what I did. And with Coach Jay, it kind of touched my heart because, I have family members in the FBOP. I totally understand, the young lady who won the vending machine contract. Those things are a lot of work and they fall apart and they take your money. So between those two connections, I was like, it's go time. This is it. I don't need a sign. The contract did float around in the group. I went back and picked it up. And like I said, it was this 7 pages. And then for past performance, I just did a Microsoft Word and put on my past performance. I was working on everything, right? I'm old school. I still do stuff by paper. So I was printing on everything. I was breaking it all down. So the pictures and stuff came from the point of contacts as we were, conversating. And I asked them a bunch of questions. Everything, I am doing it all over again. But my previous shop years before, I went in strictly business. That industry is very, very loosey. But what people don't understand is, like I said, I'm a licensed esthetician. I work with barbers. I owned a shop. Yes, they're independent contractors, but they lack the business side of things. And so I just took everything I did several years ago. I was digging through everything to get all my information together. So this is what I did. I had a 3-page, kind of like resume, Microsoft Word. It had my technical description. I just spoke about being a business owner as a licensed esthetician. I broke down my esthetician experience. I broke down my barbershop management experience and owner experience. Then I just pulled some stuff out of the statement of work, spoke about the regulatory compliance, licenses, certifications, OSHA, cleaning, broke down the client consultation section, the continuing education, and then my past performance was my esthetician education. I threw my state TDLR license on there, and then just my 4 shop histories that I worked out and co-owned, signed each page. And I do need monthly ledger report. So this was just, again, something I made in Word. I pulled the styles because Shepherd Air Force Base is a training base. So there's trainees and then dependents, whoever, is on the base. So of course, military regulations, they can't have nothing crazy, colors, this and that. So that was pretty easy. So I just took an example off the internet, threw it in a Word doc, hey, this is, the direction we're leaning to. And then these were their pictures from the point of contact that they sent. Again, just took their statement of work, signed my initials at the bottom of each page, and emailed it in. I emailed it in the day it closed at 11. It closed at 1. Within an hour, the point of contact got to me and was like, hey, we're missing. There was a page that they were missing. They're like, can you send it to us? I was like, it ain't even been an hour. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's about to get serious. And then we went back and forth for about a week just with questions, and a week had went by. I was going to sit down and send an email to follow up. And as soon as I sat down, her email kicked in. So I was like, I didn't email her. And I'm like, Jesus. And then when I opened that email, it said, congratulations, Sasha Lane LLC has been awarded Shepherd Air Force Base government contract. And I just sat there and prayed, because it was a 30-day hustle, head down. And it was a 30-day hustle. And I went back and forth multiple times.
And you did everything that was needed. You didn't say, oh, I don't have a cage code. You're like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to keep asking questions. I'm going to get it. And then your cage code came. If you don't mind sharing, what was the award amount and for how many years?
Let me get my little contract. So it's awarded for 6 months with a rollover for 1 year. The base has been without a salon, I think, for 2 years, she said. So they had to do all the repairs in there. So everything is going to be brand new. It's a 2-chair salon, room for 3. I made a point to bid on items locally so I can jump on the road. I'm OCD, I'm high tech, high touch. I want to know what's going on. And again, this is my first contract, so I'm in it for the long haul. I don't want nothing to go wrong. So I made a point to bid on just local contracts, state of Texas. Shepherd Air Force Base is about 4 hours up the road. So everything will be brand new in there. And how I'm going to structure it is 1 chair booth rent and 1 chair commission. So I'll have my flat income on that side, but then on the other chair commission, it's going to be industry centers, normally like 30-70 split. And then once we hit that 6-month mark, everything renegotiates. And then if it stays on track how I want it, it's going to hit 5 figures, maybe 20,000.
Okay, that would be good though. That's amazing because you got the contract to be able to provide the services. You're going to provide the services. You know what you're doing. You already have the split. You already know you're local. You know, you talked about you like to have a high touch. This is tremendous. This is tremendous because it shows, hey, you were able to win this one. What else can you win? You can win a wide variety of awards. I'm excited for you. I'm so excited. So what has been your biggest takeaway since winning this?
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I found just, learning from others in the group and stuff that we all have the excitement, goals, and aspirations. But if you don't have the business foundation set, it's going to be hard. Entrepreneurship is hard in general. So I've seen there's so much pieces to it. And it's just if you just stop, slow down, and keep it simple, it's easy. Not easy, but keep it simple. Definitely keep it simple.
I love that. So what's your number one recommendation to those who are completely new in this space?
Completely new in this space, I would say, if they're part of the group, definitely I would say tap into the group. Do the search bar in the group. See what others have shared, because if you're just jumping in the group, throwing your questions, and you're going to confuse yourself because like you said, the information is already there. We have a beautiful community in that group and the information's already there.
It is. And she's referring to the Facebook group. I suggest you join. The link will be in the comments, so definitely join. And how can people contact you? Because I know they're going to contact you. They're going to want to message you. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm getting 100 messages a day. But how can people reach out to you?
Definitely the group. I have been reaching out to those in the group. I think when I did share my win, it was already up to 200, congratulations. So that was definitely heartfelt. But Sasha Elaine, Instagram, I'm the bookkeeping baddie because I am full-time finance, bookkeeping, taxes. And so that's my main business. So on Instagram, the bookkeeping baddie. And I have now restructured another company, several companies since this one. So now I'm shifting to STKH Consulting, LLC. That's geared more towards government side of things. That is on Instagram as well. And again, if you tap in on either the group or Instagram, I reach out and I talk to everybody. But if you're looking on social media, the bookkeeping baddie and then STKH Consulting, LLC.
Oh, I love that. Well, I cannot thank you enough, Sasha, for agreeing to be interviewed, for talking about this, for breaking it down, showing us examples. It really shows everything is possible. So thank you again. And everyone here, don't forget to check out my book, winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. And as always, everything is possible. Until next time, take care.